You with the one and only Boxing Guru. For this episode, we're going to talk about the fight that's rumored to be made. Shakur Stevenson on the quest for greatness, trying to get paid. He's supposed to have a big major fight going down against Frank Martin. Indianapolis owned Frank the Ghost Martin. I definitely like this fight. This is a major fight. They should have this on pay-per-view, especially what Shakur Stevenson is trying to do. In my opinion, he's trying to become a 3-division champ. So he definitely got to get his stamp, you know, for his recognition of doing his thing. Because too many in the game can't hang with him, especially if you're going to try to box with him. But I definitely like this fight against my guy, Frank the Ghost Martin. Frank Martin is with the company or the side that I affiliated with. That's PBC, so I'm looking forward and I'm excited about that. Oh, I shouldn't have did that. I'm definitely excited about the fight. So I'm definitely excited about it. It definitely will be an electrifying fight. This is a fight that should go down, hopefully in the ATL. Man, that'd be amazing grounds for this major fight between two African Americans. Oh man, it'll be lit in the building. I think this fight will sell like Tank Davis' fight did in Atlanta when Tank fought Yuri Gamboa. And then when he fought, I think he fought Mario Barnes. We was there twice, I think. Yeah, we was. I think Shakur definitely needs the dance partner like Frank the Ghost Martin. Another strong African-American on the card. It definitely will be a lit event. It should be a mixed promotional event as far as PBC. I know my guy Sam Watson will be in the building. I'll be in the building, so we definitely will be representing. So this is definitely a major fight for the lightweight division and for Shakur Stevenson's career, because he finally get a chance to fight, in my opinion, a real black man. You know, a real sturdy test. It would show if Shakur Stevenson is the best. So he definitely need a hurdle like this, in my opinion, you know, for his legacy in his boxing career. So it's definitely, Frank Martin will be a good test for him. I like the fight for 2 reasons. You know, it ain't no duck season with Frank Martin. He just got to have the right game plan if he want to have a chance against Shakur Stevenson. Because Shakur Stevenson is definitely the man if you sit there and try to box with him. Frank Martin will have to apply and look at some of Shawn Porter's greatest victories or Mike Tyson's greatest victories. What I mean by that, he got to apply relentless pressure. Even though some of the greats say, oh, you can't just be one-dimensional when it comes to boxing. But in this case, you definitely have to apply a lot of pressure with Shakur Stevenson. You got to make him uncomfortable. Frank definitely has to use his quick feet, because Frank had quick feet to be able to close the distance against Shakur Stevenson and make it a dog fight, because Shakur Stevenson hasn't shown to this point in his career that he can handle a dog fight. Shakur Stevenson like to stay behind the lone jab, step back out of range, and counter strike you. So Frank Martin, definitely him and his team, Derek James, could not play that type of game where they just letting Shakur stay on the outside and pick his brain. In my opinion, like I said, Frank Martin definitely has to look at Shawn Porter blueprint when he fought Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman is a mover. Shakur don't have that type of movement, but he's a mover and a thinker in the ring like Keith Thurman. So Shawn Porter applied a lot of relentless pressure. And what went wrong is when he boxed at the wrong time. You can't let a person like Shakur dictate the boxing match. Frank has to dictate it when he wants to, like taking a rest break, or to give Shakur Stevenson false narrative to throw a jab out there where Frank can close the distance and get in the inside and try to land big punches against Shakur. But for Shakur Stevenson, with him knowing the art of boxing, you know, he gonna try to stick to that game plan, because he definitely understands that is the keys to victory against a brawler, against a shorter fighter. So that's why I always liked it, the matchup of Shakur and Toledo's own Prince Albert Bell, because both of them are boxers. Both of them know the art of boxing, so it would be a chess match. But against Frank Martin, Shakur Stevenson's going to be fighting for position all night long. He's going to be fighting for positioning and range. You know, he don't want that to change, because he knows that's going to lead him to victory against Frank Martin. But if Frank Martin comes in with that wrong game plan, what I was just saying, letting Shakur Stevenson dictate the range and when he want to box, or when Shakur want to walk him down, it's going to be a long night for Frank Martin, like it was against that last fight. You know, that guy was a good mover. So that was a good test for Frank Martin. Even though that guy was foreigner, he had good legs to be a foreigner. So he definitely fought like a brother in the ring, because he gave Frank Martin some issues as far as his movement, his length. So this will propel him into the Shakur Stevenson fight if the rumor is true. But Frank Martin just have to know what he needs to do to lead to victory. Like I said, relentless pressure, and Shakur Stevenson is definitely going to try to keep distance and range. Because at that distance for Shakur, he's a monster. He's a clinic. So that's the whole key to Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion. If you go back to watching him in the amateurs, the Olympics, you know, when you let him create that distance and range and stay behind that jab, ain't nothing gonna change but just them punches coming at you. He gonna be able to throw combinations, hooks off of it. He gonna be able to throw a clinic. But like I said, Frank Martin and Derrick James has to understand the game plan if they want to win this thing. So I hope this fight come to fruition. I definitely will be in the building. I definitely am rooting for Frank Martin, but I know it's a difficult task, because Shakur Stevenson knows the art of boxing. But that task can be broken if Frank Martin get in that ring and be serious. Ain't no joking. So it's up to Frank Martin and Derrick James and his dad and the rest of his team to understand the task at hand of defeating somebody like Shakur Stevenson. That's the first step in victory. Understanding you have a pure boxer who's looking to school you the bull and matador method. So it's up to Frank Martin and them to understand what's going on. But hopefully this fight come to pass. I'm excited for the rumor. This is good for the sport of boxing. Hopefully it go down in Atlanta, GA. I definitely will be in attendance wherever it's going to be at. These are the words for the one and only Boxing Guru for this episode. Frank the Ghost Martin versus Shakur on the quest for greatness Stevenson. This is made for boxing. This is built for boxing. This is definitely going to be an electrifying fight. I'm hyped.